What are the likely twists and turns ahead for Qatar's 2022 World Cup as this issue unfolds?
Well, we've already had an indication, Mark, of the likely reaction from stocks and bonds only last month when we saw last week when those arrests occurred in Zurich. We saw the Qatar stock market sell off by about 4% over 2 days, but it recouped those losses in the ensuing days. We might see, at least the consensus seems to be from the investors we've been speaking to overnight, a bit of a sell-off. There'll be more uncertainty kicking into this market, but you've got to remember this is a pretty resilient stock market. We saw a sell-off yesterday a little bit in the Qatar Eurobonds, but there was bonds were already weaker before the Blatter announcement, so it's difficult to gauge the reaction there. The exchange-traded funds in New York also had a bit of a decline, about the biggest drop in a month. So you get an indication there of what's likely to occur when the market opens in the next 2 or 3 hours. What happens thereafter depends largely on what events and announcements we're going to see in terms of the election of a new president of FIFA, and ultimately whether there will be more questions asked about the awarding of the World Cup to Qatar in 2022.
And what's at stake for Qatar here? Just in hundreds of billions of dollars is being pumped into the Qatari economy to stage the 2022 World Cup.
Yes, this is an enormous amount of money. About $200 billion is being spent on infrastructure in preparation for the World Cup. But one analyst was telling us overnight that Qatar is already spending, is been planning to spend a lot of money on this kind of infrastructure. Not, of course, not stadiums, the 8 stadiums, of course, that would be at stake, but a lot of other infrastructure that the country needs. Don't forget, this is a very, very wealthy country. It's flush with natural gas, and is the biggest exporter of liquefied natural gas in the world. It's got the highest per capita GDP in the world, so it can sustain this. It's already a matter of prestige, and what's at stake, I suppose, for the companies from around the world that are invested in the infrastructure projects. But many of those projects will probably go ahead anyway, but over a longer period of time.